And now I invite you to stand for the Processional 2022. Please remain standing for our national anthem sung by Mellow Airs.
But so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare singing in air came through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave, home of the brave.
Please be seated. Thank you, Mr. Bergevin, Ms. Reese, and our excellent Edmonds Woodway musicians. I would like to begin with our land acknowledgement. We acknowledge the original inhabitants of this place, the Snohomish people, and their successors, the Tulalip tribes. Since time immemorial have taken care of, hunted, fished, and gathered on these lands. We respect their sovereignty, their right to self-determination, and we honor their sacred spiritual connection with the land and water. By acknowledging these homelands, we commit to work with tribal nations to further the education aims they have identified in our classrooms and schools. Graduates, you may be seated. Members of the School Board of Directors, Superintendent Balderas, Edmonds Woodway High School staff, students, families, guests, and above all, graduates. In September, you, class of 2022, began your school year with a time-honored tradition at Edmonds Woodway High School, the Senior Sunrise. Early on that fall morning, you started the journey of your senior year. You were freshmen the last time you experienced a normal full school year. During 10th and 11th grade, school and life was completely upended and put on hold. And then suddenly you were seniors. Looking back, it feels like a fog to all of us. Just like that September sunrise, this ceremony is a time to pause, clear away that fog, and bring to light all of your accomplishments. Yes, we will take a few moments today to make some special recognitions, and each one of you should be proud of what you have made it to this moment. You have persevered through school closures, quarantines, and what seems like endless Zoom meetings. And then coming back to school for your senior year, you had to learn again how to just be at school with bells and hallways and schedules and projects and deadlines. We relied on you, the class of 2022, to be the leaders in a school full of students who had not ever had a full year of high school before. And at the same time, you had to plan for your future. You just got back to high school and you had to plan how to leave. All of that to say, you made it. Your journey has been heroic. So, just as your senior year began with the sunrise, we will bring this ceremony to close at sunset. Okay, not quite sunset because it is June in Washington and we have a few hours, but work with me here. pretty close to sunset. And just as this sunset this evening brings an end to your high school career, it also brings the assurance that tomorrow the sun will rise again. And just like it did in September, that sunrise will bring a new day. For some of you, in that new day, you can follow your dreams, work your plans, and pursue your goals. And for some of you, that new day gives you a chance to start again, find yourself, or reinvent yourself. And in that new day, just know that this Edmonds Woodway warrior community is so proud of who you have become. Pause, take a deep breath, and enjoy this moment right now as we celebrate your graduation. Congratulations to each one of you. I would also like to take this moment to introduce our honored guests that are with us today, some behind me in the tent and some in the stands or in the stadium. Edmonds School Board of Director Keith Smith, Edmonds School Board of Director Karen Chase, Superintendent Dr. Gustavo Balderas, Interim Superintendent Dr. Rebecca Miner, Assistant Superintendent Mr. Greg Schwab, and Executive Director Dr. Victor Vergara. I would also like to introduce my assistant principals, Mr. Jesse Goodsky and Mr. Jay Etnier. And also joining us today are our name readers, Ms. Brianne Townsend and Mr. Dave Millette, and our faculty speaker, Mr. Michael Simon. And hidden somewhere in the wings of this stadium, I also want to acknowledge and thank the senior class staff advisors, Ms. Teresa Polindo, Ms. Brenda Moore, and Cindy Hansen. As is our tradition, one student was selected by his fellow graduates to speak on his aspirations and school experiences. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome this year's student selected speaker, Mr. George Quintons.
Ms. Larson. Today, I stand before you because my peers voted me to do so. A few of them jokingly said they would only vote for me if I said their names in the speech. I will not be doing that today. Sorry, Aaron, French class, Ibrahima, Sanchez, Razi, and Eddie. Instead, let's begin. Begin with the end in mind. Beginning with the end in mind means aligning yourself on the path to your goals. However, goals are not a stagnant thing, and they, like us, grow with time. To illustrate this, I'd like to start from the only beginning I know, my beginning. The year is 2004, the date, February 3rd. The Patriots have won the Super Bowl 2 days before, and I narrowly avoid being named Tom Brady Quintans. My only goal is to nap. Check. It's 2010. I'm in kindergarten. My goal is to count to 100 out loud. Check. And in front of the entire class. It's 2013, and now I'm tasked myself with reading as much as I can while avoiding doing schoolwork. Check. It's 2016 now, and in 6th grade, my goal was to start combating my ADHD tendencies. Let's call that a half check. Now, at this point, I hope you're beginning to see a progression. As I got older, my goals grew with me. As I got older, I see that how big my goals come, they become more long-term. And if we skip ahead now to today, I have the goal to become an engineer. And who knows what goals will follow after that? Maybe world domination. Just like my goals, I've changed quite a bit as well. In 6th grade, I had a project about Thomas Edison's life, in which I told the classic story about how he failed 1,000 times before he made a light bulb. A tale of perseverance, but not really the whole story. He actually took the original design from a man named Joseph Swan and patented an improved version for himself. 1,000 prototypes, yes, but not before 1,000 different grifts of 1,000 different ideas from everyone else. If there's anything he should be remembered for, it was that he was a ruthless businessman who cheated, stole, and killed an elephant once to prove a point. In some ways, I think I'm a lot like him. Every aspect of me, I've grifted from someone here today. From my brother, I got a great, big, huge ego. From my parents, I got my faith. From my friends and my peers, I got unforgettable memories and hope for our future. And from my teachers, I learned discipline, indispensable knowledge, and a tad bit of playful cynicism. All these people were a tremendous influence on my life, and I wouldn't be where I am today without them. Each and every one of you has been an inspiration to me. This community within this school has been the most amazing thing for so many of us, and I know especially for me. From this school, I got decent school lunches, shout out brunch day, and a tremendous opportunity. Like so much opportunity. It's almost too much. People always had wonderful advice to dispense. You should try being a stuntman. You should wrestle in college. George, why don't you model? People always had something to recommend to me, and sometimes it felt quite overwhelming. So many options, I said. Whatever shall I do? Crying in the basement is the first thought that comes to mind. Or we can pull from my 6th grade planner, which itself took from the 7 habits of successful people. Number 1 is be proactive, which if you're any of my teachers, you know that is not my personal number 1. Number 2, however, is begin with the end in mind. I'd like to tell you about my experience wrestling here now. Starting in 7th grade at Briar Terrace, I dove headfirst into a spandex suit, flinging other middle schoolers around. I had such a skewed misunderstanding of how good I was, I thought I could be ready to take gold at the Olympics by 2020. This all changed when I joined high school wrestling, though. It was completely different from what I expected. On the high school mat, it was an entirely different world. Suddenly, I'm against big, hairy, mean 12th grade wrestling machines. I was losing a heck of a lot, and I hate to say this, but my first reaction was to cry. Every L I took, I erupted with tears, embarrassed from something I was so unfamiliar with. Looking back now, I could see that I was missing something crucial, and I was still very green behind these cauliflower ears. Our coach had set goals for every year, and while we had aspirations for state titles and maintaining our league titles, many of us made it a goal to be uplifting teammates. If not for that simple goal, I would not have made it one single year as a wrestler. My teammates pushed me to become a better wrestler, to brave the tide, and to keep getting up and clawing. I'm sorry. And keep getting up after I've had my face dragged across the mat and back again. We work hard and clawed our way to state every year together. Previous years, I had gone 2 and out in state, but this year, I found myself wrestling my last ever match, placing for 5th or 6th place. It was hard to admit, but I lost. I walked off the mat in blood and sweat, but no tears. I only realized when I sat up in the stand with my teammates, friends, classmates, there and my family, did I realize why that was. That experience and so many others had taught me that my strength does not come from me, it comes from those around me. Just knowing I had these people to support me and accomplish my goal of placing a state and far surpassing our goal at being an uplifting team, it made it feel like it was more like a band of brothers. And that in and of itself was far better than one number higher on a plaque. However, those people would be mad if they knew I wasn't being completely truthful today. You see, I have a confession. This isn't my first time doing a graduation speech. In fact, I spoke at my 6th grade graduation in 2016. And an impish 12-year-old little George has some wisdom to dispense to you all. We came here for the challenge, stayed for the friends and great teachers, and are leaving because we made such progress to avoid being held back. Here, you develop skills and talents that you can share with the world, And only when you share that with the world, your uniqueness, will you have the power to change it. In 6th grade, I challenged my peers to change the world. In 12th grade, I challenged the world to better you. Edison once said, "The world owes nothing to a man, but every man owes something to the world." But as you know, I don't like Edison very much. So how about 10,000 fireflies makes the night so bright, but 10,001 makes the world once more brighter. Fear not the dark, because your butt's light is the cure. With community behind, we will continue to persevere. I've been George Alfonso Quintans, and this has been terrifying, invigorating, enlightening, stressful, successful, and a beautiful time for all 4 years of our life. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you, George. In addition to our student speaker, each year, graduating seniors select a member of the staff to speak at their graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce this year's staff speaker, CTE Business and Marketing teacher, Mr. Michael Simon.
Hello. Sorry, parents, I'm going to focus on them most of the time, if you don't mind. I do have something for you later. I have to say, I am pretty surprised to be standing up here. As much as some of you may be surprised to actually be sitting over there. I am humbled and honored that you chose me to give this speech. We'll now see whether that was a wise choice. Back in my day, when I was sitting where you are, I remember feeling 3 main emotions. The first was being proud that I had worked so hard and made it to this moment. The second was excitement for what was coming next. For me, it was college. Finally, there was utter terror. I had been in the same school for 7th to 12th, and some of you have been in the same Edmonds school district your entire life. Whether or not you liked high school, there's still a familiarity of knowing what you do each day. That said, you've already experienced a pandemic filled with fear, disruption, like no one has seen for generations. All of you seated here pushed through and survived. Realize how difficult that was and how strong you really are. Some of the following pearls of wisdom I'm about to give you come from a life that has seen it all. Beginning with the first video game, Pong, to VCRs, cable TV, answering machines, fax machines, cell phones, smartphones, and torn jeans that sell for $200, which back in my day, all you had to do was wear them long enough and they would rip for free. Number 1, take the time when you are young and have no real responsibilities to follow your bliss, your passion. If you don't know what that is yet, that's okay. Take the time to try new things until you find it. But by 30, it's time to settle on something and leave your parents' house. As much as they say they love you, trust me, they really don't love you that much. Number 2, don't be afraid to fail. I have achieved both great success and abject failure. Yeah, I know some of you know what that is, so don't bother shouting it out. Okay. The failures are hard to take. They can hurt and really shake your confidence. But many successful people have failed more than they have succeeded. Don't get paralyzed by your failures. Learn from them and move forward. If I hadn't failed, I wouldn't be here with you right now. So my failure was your gain. You're welcome. Number 3, you don't get to choose where you come from, but you can choose where you go. You can change course anytime you want, whether it's your job, your career, your personal life. You may sometimes feel like you're stuck for a variety of reasons, but you aren't. Don't settle for a job you hate, even if you're making good money. Okay, true. It's better to be rich and miserable than poor and happy. But one day you may wake up and realize you only have so much time left to actually be happy. And that should scare you. So try not to wait so long. Number 4, it's okay to disagree. Everyone argues and fights. It doesn't mean you just walk away. If that was the case, I'd have no students in my class, or kids, or a wife. But I still have my dogs, so that wouldn't be so bad. The point is, disagreements can be healthy and not something that has to be shied away from. But argue effectively. In my classes, I've heard a lot of, well, that's dumb, or you don't know what you're talking about, and not just out of my mouth. We should all strive to not put people down when we disagree. I will be the first to admit it's hard to do. But it's necessary if you're going to solve the myriad of problems we are leaving you with. You're welcome. Number 5, don't settle in your relationships. If you have to perseverate on a weekly basis about whether you should be with your partner, it's time to jump ship, even if you don't have a life preserver. The truth is, the only way to achieve the loving relationship you deserve is to love yourself first. That's pretty deep, right? Pretty deep. Number 6, question everything. Make your own judgment. Last year, a couple of you insisted on seeing my master's in teaching diploma. That's okay. Don't take what you see on TV, newspapers, books, and especially social media as the ultimate truth. Search that out for yourselves. Do the hard work. The 5-second rule is a myth, people. Before you eat that drop piece of food on the classroom floor, use a black light to see what's on it. However, I will say that not everything you read is false. Pigeons may very well be government drones. It's very possible. It's possible. Number 7, don't worry, it's only 10. You don't know everything. I thought I did at your age, and then I got older and realized how little I knew. Yes, part of that is from losing my memory, I know. But the point is, once you think you know everything, you stop searching, and then life comes to a standstill. Self-confidence is a wonderful attribute. Arrogance is not. Even if you are the smartest person in the room, you don't need to tell everybody you're the smartest person in the room. If you do, that pretty much makes you the dumbest person in the room. Without others, you may reach a certain level of success, but you will never achieve your greatest aspirations or potentials. Number 8, don't cheat. All right, first of all, most of you are not smart enough to do it and not get caught. Let's be honest. But I know you think all of our teachers here are clueless. You know, it really wasn't that difficult to know when you copied someone else's work. Now, you may have gotten a slap on the wrist for it here, but that's not going to happen when you get out into college or the real world. Look, you can get rich by playing by the rules. Okay, not billionaire rich, but rich enough. Number 9, be the real you. Unless the real you is unbelievably obnoxious, then just try to be somebody else. Okay. The only thing that sets you apart from the other 7 billion people on this planet is you. People are drawn to authenticity and not artifice. Believe it or not everyone likes me. I know, right? All right, well, that didn't go over well. Anyway, maybe everybody does. What's heartening is how I see many of you expressing your true selves on a daily basis. Fearless in the face of what other people might think. The more real you are, the more meaningful your relationships will be. And finally, number 10, have fun. Just because you're going to get old doesn't mean you have to get overly serious, right? You can still get pushed down the hallway in a scooter while nearly running over a few students, or be rolled back and forth in your revolving desk chair like being on a tilt-a-whirl, or doing the gritty, which I think goes something like this. Thank you. And now to the parents. To the parents who are wondering if your kid is going to turn out all right, at their age, I was riding around throwing eggs at people, helping to put a deceased squirrel on my English teacher's desk, occasionally getting kicked out of class, and tipping a car onto its side in the snow. So I turned out okay. Well, more or less. Anyway, there's hope. The Roman philosopher Seneca said, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." Your new beginning comes from your beginning of high school's end. And there will be many other ends and beginnings throughout your life. Embrace them all. And here's something that the parents will probably only get. As Buckaroo Banzai said, remember, wherever you go, there you are. You're always welcome to come back and visit, but just not too much. Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Simon. One of our soon-to-be graduates, Nikki Lyons, will perform our music selection entitled Both Sides Now.
Rows and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's cloud illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and tunes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing when you feel as every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave them laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds, I've looked at life that way. But now old friends, they're acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed. But something's lost and something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all.
Thank you, Nikki. That was really beautiful. And our final speaker today was selected by our staff to speak at commencement. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Min Wajaya Sandura.
Thank you, Miss Larson, first of all. And here we are at the end of a long road. Good evening, friends, family, staff, pets, and the class of 2022. My name is Min Vijay Sandara, or Min W, as Mr. Min would say, and welcome to the class of 2022 graduation. Before getting started, I'd like to give out a few thank yous to the staff here at EWHS who provide us with an opportunity to learn each and every day. We say thank you. To the janitors who spend literally hours after school every day, making sure our school looks better for the next day. We say thank you. Thank you. To the family members who have come out to support as we move on to the next chapter of our lives, we say thank you. To the jogs that chase me around the neighborhoods of Sri Lanka, I say thank you. To the beautiful class of 22, thank you for being the clowns that you have been for the past 4 years. And finally, a big thank you to my parents who've raised me to never settle for anything less than success. I first heard about being in the running for the graduation speech from the best IB chemistry teacher around, Mr. Holden. It went a little something like this. I just finished my first period IB history class and was sitting in Mr. Holden's advisory with my head down, ready to fall asleep, when the thunderous voice of Mr. Holden says, "Hey, Min, you're in the top 3 for the teacher's grad speaker." The first time he said it, I didn't hear it properly, so I just looked at him blankly. He must have noticed my blank stare because he said it again. My response to this, another blank, mouth open stare. Out of the kindness of his heart, he said it one more time, and my response to this, the slightest nod. You see, at this point, I had heard what he said, but it didn't register to me what it meant until I got home. I was genuinely honored to be in the top 3 candidates to be selected. The idea of speaking was an unfathomable idea to me. But as I went around school the next few days, teachers began telling me about how they had voted me, and there was even one who changed their vote for me. The first time I heard about winning the nomination for graduation speaker was from our amazing, hardworking, and exemplary class president, Miss Sydney Pearson. This was on May 20th during the Tri-M cleanup. And when I say I was hyped, I absolutely mean it. I was running around screaming like a little baby. However, this excitement quickly turned into terror as I realized this is the largest crowd I have ever been in front of in my 13 or so years of being an athlete and a musician. So I began working by doing nothing for the next 5 days. Procrastinating like any sane student would, of course. Was definitely starting to panic because unlike the English assignments, I couldn't just look at Spark Notes. If I had absolutely no idea. I literally didn't even know how to start. I started looking at commencement addresses on YouTube, but I quickly realized that I'm not Denzel Washington or Steve Jobs. I've got a lot more hair. Thanks, Dad. So I thought to myself, what is the purpose of writing this? What do I want people to take away from Min's graduation speech? What are the lessons I have learned throughout my 14 or so years of being in this district? Today, I'm going to give you 3 things I have learned from this district and life so far. Surround yourself with the right people. I'm lucky. I mean it. I am lucky to have grown in an inclusive and understanding environment. My family raised me to be a grafter, someone who strives to be the best version of myself. But I'll tell you right now that I would not be who I am today if it weren't for the friends I've had for these past 9 years, possibly more. Hutch, Sylvia, Leo, Anna, Cora, Ellie, Severin, and Holden. You have allowed me to fail, grow, improve, and laugh at the stupid things that make literally no sense. But these are not the only students here that have allowed me to thrive as an individual. Regardless of if you're that guy who yells literally as loud as possible in the hallways for no apparent reason, or that person who walks at the pace of a tortoise going through mud. Yes, I know who you are. You've still been a part of my journey here. I would not be the captain, athlete, musician, or student I am today without you. And for that, I say thank you from the bottom of my heart. The average American meets about 10,000 people in their life out of the 8 billion or so possible in the world. Out of that 10,000, only a small percentage will be the ones you consider friends, and an even smaller percentage will be the ones that actually support you. The ones that pick you up when you fall, push you to be better, and forge who you are. Surround yourself with these people. Lesson number 2, these are pretty long. Tomorrow is not a given. Does Thursday, March 12th, 2020 sound familiar to anybody here? For some of you, maybe not. For me, definitely. This was the last day of in-person school we had before our school closed for 2 weeks due to COVID on Friday, the 13th of March. Funny how that works. It was a rather long 2 weeks, though, if you ask me. But hey, if COVID didn't wipe out our year, pre-calc would have anyways. On March 12th, I woke up and went to school as a sophomore, as I'm sure many of you did as well. We took seeing our friends for granted, being able to go to school, sports, traveling. We thought of these things as givens, as if they were always going to be there no matter what. I remember going to bed on the night of March 12th, dreading that I'd have to wake up at 6 a.m. again, like I'm sure many of you did as well. And it never crossed my mind that I wouldn't go to school the next day. At first, I will admit I was excited to have an extra 2-week break, but 2 weeks turned into 2 months, and then 2 years. And there were many instances where I wished I could go back and redo the days before COVID. And I know there were, and there still are, many of us who feel the same. If I learned anything from COVID, it's to take the opportunities you have today, because you never know if tomorrow will come. Raise your hand if you failed. All your hands should be up right now. If they're not, you're lying. I sure have. I've been rejected from colleges, missed scholarship opportunities, gotten that D on a test, pre-calc, dropped from soccer teams, screwed up during musical performances, finished last in a race, lost in soccer games, and lost in the finals of state tournaments. And apparently taking the L in Bed Wars games to my 8-year-old older brother, who screams, "Get wrecked" every time he kills me. Thank you, Sahith. I love you. I have failed. I will fail. You will fail. It's a tough concept to swallow, isn't it? That's crazy. Most people don't reach their dreams not because of failure, but because they give up. You see, it's not failure that stops us, but most stop at their first failure. The ones that succeed aren't the ones that stop at 1 failure or 10 failures, 100 failures, 1,000 failures, not even 10,000 failures. They keep going. When we're little kids, first learning to walk, we fail over and over and over again. Yet we still get up, and we continue to try again and again and again. When we get older, we stop. We stop getting up. We come up with all these excuses saying that this isn't for me. We're afraid. We're afraid to fail. We don't want to get laughed at. So I challenge you, class of 22, to get up, to learn why you fell, to make sure you don't fall again. And hey, if you do fall again, get right back up. Because at the end of the day, if you don't fail, then you'll never succeed. My name is Minwajay Sandara, and to the wonderful community here at EDub and to the class of 22, thank you for the memories and the paper towelless boys' bathrooms.
Thank you, Min. And now I want to take us to our stained glass presentation. For many years, senior students volunteer to create and present a stained glass window to our school. These windows are displayed on our second floor hallway and can be viewed from inside the building or from our courtyard. After a pause for the past year, I am pleased that we are able to honor this tradition once again. I would like to invite 2 students to join me to present the 2022 stained glass window. Please welcome Graham Gardner and Giovanni Carrillo. It will take them a minute to get here. Thank you so much for working on that. They both worked on that project for hours, and it looks beautiful. Many of our seniors have a significant number of scholastic achievements that they and their families can be proud of. Many have been recognized at other events this school year. However, I would like to take a few moments tonight to recognize a few select groups of our graduates for their outstanding academic performance throughout their high school career. 52 of our students are wearing silver honor cords over their graduation gowns. This signifies that they have achieved a four-year grade point average between 3.3 and 3.59. Students who are wearing silver honor cords, will you please stand? Congratulations. You may be seated. 153 students have earned gold honor cords to be worn over their gowns. This signifies achieving a grade point average of 3.6 to 4.0 over 4 years. Students wearing gold honor cords, will you please stand? Thank you. Congratulations. You may be seated. 2 of our students have been recognized for their academic promise by the National Merit Scholarship Program. Will these 2 students please stand? Owen Lee joins an elite group of 34,000 US students who are named commended students. And please join me in congratulating Lillian Gill for being one of only 15,000 US students to be selected as a National Merit Scholar finalist. Some of our students pursue an Associates of Arts degree in the Running Start program at the community college, while simultaneously pursuing a high school diploma at Edmonds Woodway. Will all students who are simultaneously earning your AA degree along with your high school diploma please stand? Nicely done. That's quite an accomplishment. Thank you. And 84 students are wearing white stoles. This signifies that they will be earning an International Baccalaureate diploma. Edmonds Woodway is one of 13 schools in the state of Washington to offer the International Baccalaureate program. These students have completed the full IB program during the past 4 years, earning their assessment scores and awaiting the issuance of their IB diploma from Geneva, Switzerland. Would our full IB diploma students please stand? Congratulations. Thank you. You may be seated. And finally, we have 14 graduating seniors who during all 4 years of their high school career have accomplished an incredible feat. These students have earned a perfect 4.0 grade point average. Will the following students please stand? Sierra Fisher, Lillian Gill, Greta Hearn, Willa Jones, Owen Lee, Cora Martin, Larissa Meyer, Sydney Nguyen, Sydney Pearson, Solveig Smith, Julia Song, Sienna Stewart, Christopher Tran, and Elijah Wiley. Excellently done. Congratulations. Thank you. You may be seated. And now we are at the moment these seniors have been waiting for all year, the presentation of the class and the awarding of the diplomas. It is my pleasure to introduce the ASB President, Emma Wetzel, who will present the class of 2022.
Okay. Miss Larson, directors Chase and Smith, Dr. Balderas, Dr. Miner, faculty, family members, and guests. The class of 2022 represents the product of all the efforts of family, faculty, and the students of Edmonds Woodway High School. We have prepared for this moment through many classes and activities that have developed our personal, creative, and academic potential. We are ready to take the next step into adulthood with the hope that we will be lifelong learners and responsible world citizens. Ms. Larson, it is my honor to present the class of 2022 for the presentation of diplomas.
Thank you, Emma. School board directors and Dr. Balderas, it is with pleasure that I present to you our class of 2022 graduates. Would the class of 2022 please prepare to receive your diplomas? This year's name readers are Ms. Brianne Townsend and Mr. Dave Millette, Edmonds Woodway science teachers.
All coming. Charles Lavasser.
Nathaniel Deasy.
Kenzie Masariegos.
Miriam Ramos.
Stacy Cortez.
Giselle Isley.
Christian Sorensen.
Cameron Wong.
Tim Wynn.
Vanessa Axales.
Jamie Clark.
Cora Martin.
Anna Satala.
Leo Rupp.
Hutchinson Clark.
Sylvia Lindblad.
Severin Jade Kavanaugh.
Ellie Hansen.
Christian Paulos.
Tanelli Freeman.
Tally Kimani.
Holden Ray Lang.
May Wattridge.
Alexandra Weber.
Sid Nalalmiang.
Larissa Meyer.
Randy Nguyen. Suleiman Hayadar.
Yusuf Al-Maksusi.
Ozair Janu. Daniel Noah.
Tori Alyn Mills.
Adrian Alkema.
Andrew Forer.
Ryan Fahey.
Christina Angulova. Isabella Johnston.
Our singer, Heather Nicole Lyons.
Lindsay Ray Kearns.
Alistair McDonald.
Bianca Isabel Quinones.
Nathan Tree. Way to go, Nathan.
Zoe Olivia White.
Hayden Stone.
Racelyn Siegel.
Courtney Sadowski.
Garrick Shubsky.
Andrew Schlock.
Kenzie Adams.
Thad Bieland.
Karina Correa Mendoza.
Ashley Hernandez.
Leonardo Garcia Delgado.
Owen Tabor.
Ethan Francisco Nguyen.
Evan Gibbs.
Sage Schwan.
Ben Lucan.
Addison Pamantuan.
DJ Savitsky Moreland.
Dan M.
Adrian Brown. Augustine Delgado. Nico Hapke. Evan Wyatt.
Ethan Skylar Radigan.
Elijah Work.
Leon Retty.
Diesel Jones.
Elizabeth Yaki.
Gemma Wilcox.
Shin Hyun Kim.
Helen College Girl Ball.
Sophie Kimura.
Solveig Smith.
Willa Jones.
Lillian Guile.
Alexa Bowen.
Deacon Foster Marin.
Brian Healy. Justin Hecox.
Dirk Smith.
Darren Chan.
Dexter Chan. Chloe Van Loo.
Zane Wesley Harrison Monroe. Jacob Barnes. Lok Ting Wu.
Sadie Whiting.
Andrea Wolf.
Julia Lee.
Cora Hodges.
Oh. Jesse Martinez Gonzalez.
Isaac Hostanek.
Braulio Valdez Lopez.
Ariana Vasquez.
Elijah Wiley.
Brighton Hunter.
Evangelos Waters.
Caitlin Ann Ely.
Rachel Turcott.
Sydney Wynn.
Amanda Lee.
Sienna Stewart.
Sierra Fisher.
Serena Palendo.
Savannah Crane.
Kira Cassandra Isaac.
T. Wynn.
Alejandra Jade Hu Chanko.
Marley Christine Davis.
Sarah Khalil. Deanna Vanessa Montero. Melanie Rose Walsh. Ava Michelle Reese. Emma Rose Whitlock.
Ella Ray Wallace.
Gibson Cook Marshall Inman.
Armand Rabarat.
Cooper McCarthy.
Avery Marie Sund.
Amber Ueda.
Raghavendra Raghu.
Hannah Ota.
Elijah Espinola.
Esther Coe.
After the picture, we'll turn. Adam Rosenberg. All right, hey.
Daniel Park.
Jake Ingram.
Nicholas Arico.
All right, Nico. Treasure Jordan.
Kamari K3 Simpkins.
Hope Tadessa.
Emma Linnea Hawks.
Alexander Rappelje.
Graham Gardner.
Nice job, Dan. Svetomir Krumov.
Ramon Martinez.
Hey, do a backflip! Do it!
Trey Ashton Smith.
Do the backflip, Trey. Oh, yeah.
Aaron Baraza.
I can't now.
Victor Ballepre. Jacob Sanchez.
Jonah Robert Brower.
James Arneson.
Robert Goldsmith. Jardine Camina. Sydney Jackson Chappelle.
Sam Brown.
Elias Ginder.
Nice job, Elias. Major Gradwall.
Benjamin Davis Ingalls.
Jacob Gabler. Isaac Wicks.
Caden Matson.
Jackson Fritz.
Aaron Flores Montiel. Brian Rodriguez.
Justin Dominguez.
Tiago Cordova.
Sinai Ghebreyesus.
Herman Gross. Alex Lowe.
Not Win.
Saran Lama.
Miguel Levia.
Bjorn Eriksson Whitelaw.
Zubair Ishak.
Catherine Anna Schimpf.
Tegan Elizabeth Huff.
Liam Wesley Merrill.
Christina Hanthorn.
Jack Beers.
Jordan Castillo.
Alexandra Santiago. Walta Berhani.
Yell.
Adnai Daniel.
Nati Henok.
Robson Mamo.
Joel Germay.
Ruth Deng. Alicia Rodriguez.
Chloe Lindstrom.
Sophia Josang.
Cooper AC.
Larry Joe Andaya.
Colin Avery Barnes.
Christopher Tran.
Nolan Timothy.
Assis Adakari.
Alfredo Benjamin Cordova Herrera.
Wyatt Dorman.
Ashley Chicas.
Angel Rodriguez.
Andrea Mendiola.
Adriana Leva Soto.
Isabel Vergara Ramos.
Celeste Naranjo.
Angel Madrigal Tafoya.
Angie Chavez Rojas.
Umi Jata.
Marjorie Flores.
Maria Janu.
Lalia Balde.
Zoe Smith.
Sharon Gutierrez Garcia.
Liana Clearbrook.
Lydia Mulugeta.
Saki Miyagi.
Teresa Rodriguez.
Angie Batsaikan.
Soledad Servan Lopez. Yareli Munoz Guzman. Kira Henderson. Naturel Ajane Hansen. Madeline Olsby. Brianna Marie Antoinette Willis. Yarel Guzman Barrera. Tanya Flores.
Andreli Ariza.
Alondra Hernandez.
Aileen Afwerki.
Yubi Turbish.
Yongju Daniel Kim.
Julia Yuna Song.
Andrew Quach.
Caitlin Hedgie Chung.
Elizabeth Grace Roberts.
Zachary Cotwis.
Alec Rust.
Greta Noel Tweet.
Erica Fosberg. Thank you.
Christina Tran.
Seisha Jacqueline Rucker.
Greta Narelle Hearn.
Jessica Lily Emerson.
Jocelyn Marie Adams.
Cecilia Honor Keene.
Gwendolyn Christine Bittner.
Enrique Angelo Jackson.
Sylvia Ronee Rickman.
Liam Serafinas. I'm not.
Sydney Joanne Durgan. Elena Rose Massey. Raylyn Seychow. Audrey Kate Koenig. Ondine Jenke. Hiba Tanur Khan.
Georgia Livesey.
Phoenix Ravi Cloutier.
Margaret Friday.
Kalila Sabaya.
Alan Quach.
Adrian Labonite Deronchang.
Philip Borkert.
Evan Sittower.
Jack Carden.
Owen James Parentio.
Eddie Olson.
Lane Corsi. Ryan Hanby. Maya Gabrielle Gomez.
Ray Heck.
Savannah Ann Johnson.
Hannah Brown.
Halea Naikovu.
Caden Ewing.
Evan Ward.
Ebrima Baugh.
Trevor Mena.
Dat Ty.
Dana Saleh.
Jasmine Hernandez. Esther Perez.
Emily Rose Winkle.
Riley Johnson.
Camden Ray Summer.
Anthony Hunter.
Austin James Goodnight.
Connor Lewis.
Razi Muzaffar.
Mihin Wijayasundara.
George Quintans.
Laura Montano. Nice job.
Aiden Ott.
Lucas Rogers.
Madison Steiner.
Andrea Pereira.
Reese Riggins.
Jalen Yi Han.
Emma Reese Wetzel.
Rebecca McGill. Sydney Ann Pearson. Santiago Beeler.
Rory McGuigan.
Russell Hare.
Simon Lee.
Roland Zoe.
Gage Berger.
Christine Alexa Valencia.
Aaliyah Gwyneth Kirk.
Ryan Christopher J.
Molly Knighton.
Ava Maltos.
Amalia Takahashi.
Nathaniel Marines.
Oh no. Camille Maltos.
Trenton Harper.
Aubrey Elka Nickel.
Austin Isaiah Hirsch.
Eden Ariane Sobrepeña Tolentino.
Rihanna Olds Craig.
Dow Israel Hafner.
Kara Colony.
Iz Berman.
Adeline Crawford.
Miranda Song.
Caitlin Jensen.
Hakeem Aloud.
Alphonse Minano. Stella Kate Smith. Kate Favier Taylor. Evan Clugston. Ostap Stasiuk. Caleb Towsey. Justice Daniel Whitaker. Christopher Robert Anderson.
James O'Brien.
Edward Martinez.
Kaylee Helm.
Kiara Morgan McMahon. Isaiah Bacadal.
Janet Juarez. Giovanni Carrillo.
Nice, Giovanni. Brian Patricio.
Andrew Adriano.
Ariel Gizzi. Cole Alba.
Sam Leslie. Tristan Thomason.
Aaron Arata.
Fernando Marquez Criollo. Lola Indigo Main.
Alicia Electra Hosmer.
Alexander De La Torre.
Tyler Burke.
Jacob Parr.
Ian Haramisho Haas.
Jake Olson.
Jasper Nigley. Aaron Cartono. Coral Leon. Silas Manfredo. Aaron Montano. Andrew Nielsen. Kels Sheehan.
Mason Russell. Mason Patel. Eleazar Barajas.
Thank you for being a great teacher.
You're welcome.
Vincent Dietzel.
Anthony Perez Fuentes.
Haiwen Wu. Dylan Salas Sanchez.
Heather Aliana Davis Cruz.
Ayana Nero.
Willow Bean.
Eleanor Parker Bassie. Good job. Let's put them right here.
Congratulations, class of 2020. Our graduates, please stand so that we can sing our alma mater, led by Mellow Airs.
When majestic mountains tower near the shores of Puget Sound, stands our honored alma mater with its memories all around. Ever strong will be our friendships, they'll live on though we depart. We will love you, Edmonds, Woodway, be forever in our hearts.
Thank you very much. At this point, I would like to ask Sydney Pearson, the president of the class of 2022, to come forward to direct the class of 2022 in the changing of the tassel.
Hello, class of 2022. On the count of 3, we will change our tassels from right to left. 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Congratulations, class of 2022. We're all very proud of you and wish you very best in your future. Audience, please remain seated until our staff and our graduates have left the stadium. And first, I would like to allow our Edmonds Woodway staff to leave, so graduates stay where you are. And audience, stay seated until we exit our class. So I'm going to ask our class to now exit by pod. We can have our class of 2022 exit by pod, led by Mr. Etmeyer, Mr. Goodsky. And join us in the courtyard for photos and celebrations. Thank you.